Welcome back to another episode of the Basement Bros Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Ethan.
And I'm your host, Elijah.
And we are back, man. I'm back off vacation. Woo. We back with Swaty in the building.
They left me stranded.
Yeah, damn.
Dan was
That was a good episode.
Dan was a great guest.
All right, man. We back in the building. Like I said, go check out that last episode. Keep checking us out, man. We appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get into it. And Eagles. The Eagles, they doing their thing, but they beat us last week. Went up to New York. Well, no, New York went to Philly, steamrolled them. Should higher NFC teams be worried to play the Eagles because they have the number one rushing attack?
Yes, sir.
In the NFL.
Can't stop that run. Can't stop that run.
We couldn't.
You can't. Nobody can. You can't stop that run. It's just a matter of, we have one of the best offensive lines, and yes, it's a pretty good passing offensive line, but it's a dominant run offensive line. And I just think if the only way, I mean, of course, they're better teams than us, so I think naturally, but I think teams have to be a little bit scared to play us because we can run all over you. And then Jalen Hurts, yes, while he might not be the best quarterback, but if you get the run going, he becomes very dangerous because he can complete some throws. He can throw. You don't want to just lean on him 100%, but if the run game is going, he becomes super dangerous because you don't know what he's going to do. So, I mean, teams better watch out, man, and y'all better hope we don't get the Rams first. Y'all better hope we don't get the Rams.
You better hope you don't get the Rams first. You talking about this great running attack, Aaron Donald?
Y'all better hope. Y'all better hope.
Y'all have a really good rushing, but we can't forget Jalen Hurts limits y'all a little bit on offense.
How?
Turnover. He's a turnover machine.
Nah, to say he's a turnover machine, he only has 6 interceptions this season.
Fumbles too.
Yeah. Fumbles. He fumbles the ball.
He does fumble the ball. We were playing. The only reason why we were in that game is because of turnovers. Well, the first one wasn't Jalen Hurts' fault, but guys turn the ball over. But
but you don't turn the ball over. Oh well, all right. Let me correct myself. He has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He has 9 turnovers. He has 9 interceptions. But he got 3 of them in the Giants game, which I don't understand what he was doing in that game. Like that game was a head scratcher for me. The first time I played the Giants. You remember that game when I was watching that game?
Yeah.
That game was insane. I don't know. He was just playing terrible. But like he's protected the ball pretty well. He does have an issue with fumbling, and he does, scramble out the pocket. But typically in the second half, he's played pretty good, pretty clean in the second half of games. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I expected the Eagles to win like max 6 or 7 games this season. So the fact, what I'm saying, I don't expect much from them, but I'm just saying as a defense, you got to figure out how to stop that run. And it's hard, it's easier said than done because we have running backs by committee. We don't just depend on one running back. And also, we have a really good offensive line. We have Pro Bowlers on our offensive line. So, I would think, I don't think nobody should be scared of our defense. But you should definitely be scared of that run game.
Is it time for me to rain on this parade?
Go for it.
All right. Who have y'all played?
We play everybody.
Other than the best NFC team should be afraid of you.
We played great teams. We lost to those teams, but they were close games.
Okay. What do you mean? Okay, in this resurgence that y'all have had, you've played the Giants, you've played Washington, you've played the Jets, you've played the Giants, you've played the Saints, you've played the Broncos, you've played the Chargers before that, and the Lions before that.
Right.
That's not a great schedule. Yeah, you should run on teams.
The Chargers game was really close. We lost that game by 3 points. It was a close game. The Bucs kind of whooped us, but it became.
I'm not even going that far back. I'm not even going that far back in the Bucs. Right. I'm talking about your recent resurgence. Okay, I even went too far back for me. Like
we played the Saints, who just shut out the Bucks, and we put up 40 on them. And they had a healthy defense, and we put up 40 points on them. We played the Broncos who had almost shut out the Cowboys. This is right off the heels of shutting out the Cowboys, and we put up 30 on them. So that's the thing. We're not even just beating teams, putting up low scores. We're actually scoring a lot of points in these games. We're putting up a lot of points. Like, I mean, granted, we lost the Giants game. I'll give you the Giants game. We didn't play well. But these are also divisional games. And as you know, being a Patriots fan, a lot of times, even if you have the best team in the division, divisional games are different. And we've won the games that are in front of us. That's all you can do.
All right, man. Yeah, you can only play your schedule. But the thing was, we said, should NFC teams be scared of you? And I don't think any NFC team above you that – besides, who's going to be in the first seed? The Packers, right? So they'll have the bye. I don't think the Cardinals, the Rams, the Cowboys, I don't think anyone should be afraid of playing you.
Yeah, but why? I think you have to look at what we do best and what we've been able to do on the opponents. Yeah, the Saints aren't the best team, but the Saints have a good rushing defense. We put up over 170 yards rushing on them. They have a good rushing defense, and they couldn't stop our rush. And they knew that's all we were going to do. The Broncos also have a pretty good rushing defense. We put up over 170 yards on them. They have a pretty good rushing defense. Every team we played, I mean, not every team, but a lot of teams that we played and put up a lot of yards on have good rushing defenses, and they couldn't do anything to stop our run. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, if you have a reliable run game, you can shock a team. You can shock a team. If you have a reliable run game and you have a quarterback that can make plays. So we're going to see what the book is still out on whether Jalen Hurts can get those throws done. But if Jalen Hurts is able to, if our run game is playing to what it's playing to now, and Jalen Hurts can still put up an explosive play here or two, I think we'd be in a good position. We can play with anybody.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't think teams should be scared of the Eagles, but I think they shouldn't take them lightly because of their run team. Because of their run game is so deadly. I mean, granted, our defense was COVID ridden, but y'all put up 200 rushing yards. That's not easy to do, and that's a really good defense against a good quarterback like Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, or a high power offense like the Rams or Cowboys. So I'm just saying the team shouldn't be looking at them like, oh, this is a walk in the park.
And I think teams will upset somebody. That's what I'm saying. I think teams will look at our schedule and be like, okay, well, they haven't played anybody. We're about to whoop them. And I'm just saying there's a chance that you can pull up the upset. Again, I didn't have any expectations of us even going to the playoffs. We were, I think my playoff dreams started and stopped. They started and stopped when we played the Falcons and whooped the Falcons. Then the next week we played the 49ers and couldn't put up 20 points. And I was just like, okay, well, we're probably – and then we played Dallas the week after and got whooped by 20. So I was like, okay, well, that's as far as we're going to go. But I think the way we're playing now, and, football is a momentum game, I think we could shock somebody. Look, Washington – came off the hills and almost, they played a close game with the Bucs. I didn't think they were ever going to beat the Bucs in that game, but they played a close game and they could have won that game. So you never know. It's a tournament.
Gonna be very interesting.
The Cowboys should be scared. It's like, no, for some reason I feel like I don't want to play the Cowboys the first round. I think we have a better chance of beating. Right, I know, yeah, it's looking like it. But I think we have a chance of beating any other team. We have a better chance of beating any other team, but for some reason, I feel like if we play the Cowboys, they're going to whoop us.
You think have a better chance of beating the
I think we have a better chance of beating the Rams than the Cowboys. I think we have a better chance of beating. Well, maybe not the Bucs.
I think I have a pretty good chance of beating the Cowboys.
I don't think we have a good. For some reason, I just think the Cowboys just have like a psychological edge on the. I don't know why. I just think we're gonna lose to them. I just have a feeling, but I feel more confident. I mean, of course, if we play the Cardinals, I feel better about us playing the Cardinals than the Cowboys right now.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough, man. Any other thoughts on this, Swaty? Any more raining on this parade?
Nah, bro, he got it.
It's on it.
All right, with that being said, let's move on. Let's move on to your team. Patriots and Bills played. I think the Bills got their revenge over that embarrassing loss on Monday night. They tied at 9-6, and you got the Dolphins who came back from being 1-7, winning 7 straight to be 8-7, 1 game behind both of these teams. Who wins this division, Swaty?
The Bills. I think they have a better divisional record than us, so that's why they have the tiebreaker, and they're number 1 right now. Even if we both win out, we both go 11-6. They're gonna have the first seed. So I mean, there's nothing we could really do. They got it because we played the Jaguars this week. That should be a W, and then Falcons this week. That should be a W for them. And then they play the who do they play? They play the Jets after that, and then we play the Dolphins. So that could be a toss up. I'm pretty sure we'll, but. Like I said, even if we both went out, they still got the tiebreaker. So we'll see. Maybe they lose to the Falcons. Falcons frisky, they competitive.
So. I mean, they also lost. They lost to the Jags. So I mean, I don't put the Falcons. The Falcons beating them is not crazy.
Falcons okay,
Yeah.
And they play for the playoffs. So they might have some motivation.
Y'all better tread lightly though. There's so many 8-7 teams. If y'all, I don't think y'all not gonna lose to the Jags, but y'all lose to the Dolphins.
I mean, we probably clinched this weekend, anyways.
Oh, okay.
We're going to the playoffs. We just have to win, and the Raiders lose. I don't know who the Raiders play, but who
the Raiders play the Colts.
They're gonna lose. Okay. But Carson Wentz is out. But
that playoff spot.
Yeah.
Huh?
Nobody in the AFC has clinched the playoff spot essentially.
Because everybody has the same record.
Wide open.
Everybody has
the Chiefs. The Chiefs.
Yeah,
I think
except for the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Chiefs clinched their division.
They won their division. Yeah.
Hey, it's looking like them AFC West predictions. It ain't coming true, Bucko.
It's so crazy because all the AFC is right outside the bubble. Because Miami went on a 7-game win streak, bruh. Who would have thought?
And it's all the teams we thought were going to make it. It's all the teams I thought were going to make it.
Literally every team.
Except for the Baltimore.
Bengals, yeah. The Bengals.
I thought.
But the Bengals could still lose the division. They play the Chiefs next. They play the Chiefs, but then the Ravens play the Rams.
It's tough.
So
it's tough.
Yikes. Yeah, that division.
Yes. Steelers gonna win the division.
Nah, no way. They play the Browns.
I hope not.
They play the Browns. I feel like they're gonna lose.
I don't even want to watch them play.
I want them to keep what's his name streak alive though. Mike Tomlin's streak alive.
Oh, the playoffs.
Yeah.
A playoff streak.
No. Winning season. But it's not looking likely.
It's not looking likely.
Not looking good right now.
I mean, they're gonna be the first 8-8 one team. That's tough. That's still winning season. Technically, it's still winning.
Yeah, because tie counts as like half a win.
That's crazy.
So 8.5 and 8.
They gotta play the Browns and then the Ravens, so they would have to at least win one of those games. Yeah. Not one of those.
Yeah.
Bro, these schedules are insane. Who made these schedules, bro?
Yeah, these schedules are insane. They definitely made it easy for our division, though. They ended the season with all divisional games. I mean, actually, but I do think
it's not looking good on us.
We played 2 games in a row.
That's not easy.
Both games we played.
Not easy at all.
Both games we played for us, the starting quarterback was out with COVID. So we've come up.
The dude named Garrett Gilbert was playing quarterback.
Yeah, we've definitely come up.
So,
but again, you play who's in front of you. We can move on.
All right, man, we can move on. I ain't even watched this game.
Oh my god.
I was on vacation, like I said. I wasn't able to watch this game. I'm glad I didn't watch this game. But as you can see in that black box, that's the score. And I'm sure you can guess who won that game, who lost.
Everybody heard about it.
Yeah. So what happened, guys? What happened? What occurred during this game? I didn't watch a second of it.
I mean, it was just.
I ain't seen an ass whooping like that since.
I turned it off after the first quarter when it was 21-0. So they scored 21 points in the first quarter. It's gonna be insane.
They literally did that last game.
Yeah, so I turned it off then, and I didn't watch the rest of the game. I mean, I know I should have, but I mean, I knew what the outcome was going to be at the end of the game. Yeah, I don't know. Heineke threw early pick. I know he just came back off the game, so I mean, you can give him that the benefit of the doubt. But I mean, maybe I don't know. Dallas is playing confident this year. That defense is looking crazy now. Everybody's healthy on it. And I don't know. The Cowboys look kind of scary.
How do you guys feel about
got a lot of blue chippers?
He said, how you feel about TH4?
Yeah, how y'all feel about TH4?
I mean,
still believe he's the guy?
Bruh, you can't
still believe he's the guy?
He threw less picks than Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford didn't lose 56-14.
Yeah, I'm just saying. What? But his defense is his team is COVID ridden, bro. I feel like that's not fair, bro.
We would have lost that game regardless.
Yeah, he was playing bad. He was playing bad.
COVID has nothing to do. He still had Terry McLaurin, still had Antonio Gibson.
Nah, but I'm saying he didn't play the last game. You know what I'm saying? He didn't play. So I don't know. I mean, it happens, man. It happens. I don't think you should say
team. Man, it don't happen to Patriots. I ain't 56-14. It don't happen.
That one on the regular. You make it seem like some regular thing that just
happened. No, I'm saying the game could get out of hand and the team could get blown out, and that don't necessarily mean that like your quarterback is. I don't know. I still like Heineke. I mean,
he's a great backup.
Yeah, my thing is I don't think y'all have anything. Y'all can't find anything better unless y'all pick up one of the quarterbacks. You know, y'all pick up Aaron Rodgers or
Russ. I knew that.
Yeah, y'all don't have.
I knew this from y'all was trying to convince me that TH4 was the guy. I'm saying no, he's not the guy.
You don't think he's the guy?
No, he's a great backup. I would love to have him as my second string quarterback.
But y'all started the league. Y'all started the year trying to start a backup. And then I had the backup as the backup. So technically, he's playing the backup. He is y'all backup.
He's doing a fine job as a backup, but he's not the guy.
That's fair. I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, we can stop talking about this. we can go ahead and move on. All right. Cardinals versus Cowboys. It's a very tough matchup. Cardinals sitting at 10-5. Cowboys sitting at 11-4. Who takes the dub here?
I mean,
I had to bet money. I know you're a betting man, Swaty. Who you taking?
Cowboys. Cardinals. If they lose out, are they gonna make the playoffs?
Let's see.
Cowboys?
No, I'm talking about the Cardinals.
Oh, Cardinals? No.
No, they already made it. Yeah,
they already made the playoffs.
They made it. You think that's what they're doing? They just
I mean, they're not good right now. Apparently, their whole offense was
playing really well in September, October, November, and then once it gets cold outside, they just forget how to play football.
I mean, but you can never put it past the Cowboys to put out a dud, though. Man, you can never put it past the Cowboys. The Broncos had them up in the fourth quarter, 30-0. I saw with my own eyes. I was in a bar full of Cowboys fans, and it was just, oh man, what's going on? It's actually hilarious.
I mean, that's right. But what's the difference between them and the Cardinals? They've been laying duds for the past month.
Yeah,
and this isn't the first year that they've done it.
That's true. But I mean, the Cardinals. I mean, I think the Cardinals just got Kyrie. The Cowboys. It's been 20. I'm 26. It's been 26 years since they've been doing this for 26 years. So I mean, I don't know. If I was betting, I think I'd bet on the Cowboys just because of the Arizona losing. But I don't know. Something just telling me I think this is the game. Kyler gonna turn it around.
Against Micah Parsons. The only person as fast as him. Yeah, they don't try to scramble with Micah. That's the defensive player of the year, bro.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he's the defensive player of the year.
No, he's not. It's TJ Watt. It's TJ Watt.
The thing, I don't want to get us off, schedule, but he's got the sacks and the tackles. Usually, like a pass rusher like TJ Watt, he's not a good tackler. He doesn't really tackle. He's not a presence when it comes to tackling. But Micah Parsons is like doing it all, bro. Like he's tackling, he has the sack numbers.
Every game the Steelers have won this season has been almost directly attributed to their defense and TJ Watt. That's not the case with the Cowboys. The Cowboys have an offense too. Their offense has been winning games too. But the Steelers
you punishing him for his team being good?
I'm not punishing. No, I'm just saying that TJ Watt is. I'm saying that I'm comparing it to. I'm saying TJ Watt is more important to his team, and he has more sacks than Micah Parsons this season.
How many more? Compared to how many more tackles Micah has?
Let me see.
I think
tackles for loss.
Look up Michael Parsons' number.
He has over 100 sacks, right? I mean, not sacks. Tackles.
Chill.
He got 17 and a half sacks right now.
Who's that, TJ?
Yeah, TJ has 17 and a half. He has.
And Micah has 13.
13 with 79 tackles.
He has 79 tackles.
Well, 60 solo and then 19 assisted, so 79. Combined tackles.
And what's his name has 54 and 14.
Michael Parsons has 120 yards for a loss. Tackles.
Bro, I don't know, bro. I'm going with Micah. I mean, we still got a couple weeks left.
Yeah, he got 54. He got 54 tackles this season. 54 tackles this season. But he didn't play every season. 54.
No.
Sacks 17 and a half. That's a lot of sacks.
Michael Parsons has 3 forced fumbles on this season.
That forced fumbles, that's crazy though. Oh no, but he has 4 forced fumbles. And out of those 4 forced fumbles, he has 3 fumble recoveries on the season.
Yeah,
he has won the Steelers games, like all of their games. Every game they've won, he's been the reason why they won, or he's made a big play that has won, like clinched them the game this season. Then he set the Steelers single season sack record this year. Like they gonna, I think they're gonna give it to TJ Watt. I mean, I like Michael Parsons, but I'm just saying I don't think he had a better year than TJ Watt this year. And I think TJ Watt didn't play every game. Well, that might count against him. That might count against him.
Micah Parsons is going to hit Kyler Murray.
Yeah,
Micah Parsons is Jadakiss of the NFL right now. If you have to ask me to bet on somebody, I'm gonna bet with Jadakiss. I'm gonna bet with Micah Parsons. They can't lose.
But so okay. So what does this mean for the playoffs? Do you think they're the team to beat in the NFC?
Cowboys?
Yeah.
Nah, you still got the Packers.
Yeah, that's it.
Aaron Rodgers outweighs Michael Parsons. It's lovely.
That's what I was wondering.
I mean, if you think you're gonna catch Kyler, he definitely gonna catch Aaron Rodgers.
That's what I'm saying.
But A-Rod different though. He gonna throw it before he get there.
He's different. A-Rod's different.
With a Devontae Adams back shoulder touchdown. Yeah, it's different.
Trevon Diggs definitely can't guard.
He's going to embarrass him. He's going to embarrass him.
My!
And the thing about the Cowboys is the Cowboys play man. The Cowboys play a lot of man.
Yeah. You don't blitz. You don't blitz Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, so they're gonna get him back. So I mean, we'll see. You never know. And that's another thing about Dak. Dak is very week to week. He can string together a few good weeks, but he's gonna throw. I mean, there's nothing like he's never had it. He's gonna throw a few bad games.
You know, Cowboys can never beat Packers in the postseason ever. They'll do it.
That's true.
They'll never do it. So
we'll see. It's always the first time for everything. Well, we'll see. I mean, of course, I'm rooting I'm rooting for the Cowboys to lose. So I'm gonna go Cardinals on this one. And then AFC got a whole bunch of great matchups going on.
Yeah, this is a lot of matchups and like meaningful matchups. You got the Chiefs, Bengals, Dolphins, Titans, Raiders, Colts, Broncos, Chargers, Browns, Steelers. What's the most, I would say, impactful matchup of this week that y'all see right now? Or ones that stick out to you?
It's hard to say impactful. They all got some type of significance.
No, all right. So what's the matchup?
Raiders, Colts.
Yeah, the Raiders, Colts. Well, why you say that though? Because
Carson Wentz is out with COVID.
Right.
So he's not playing, and they're fighting for a wild card spot. So that's the most impactful game. Raiders fighting for a spot too. I mean, everybody on this list is fighting for a spot, but it's like the Colts. They've been so hot. Like everyone's been talking about them. Like this is the team everyone should be afraid of. They're hot. Jonathan Taylor, MVP talks. The defense fast, but like the quarterback got COVID. So if y'all lose this game and the Raiders win, they now leapfrog you in the standings. And some of these other games, like if the Dolphins beat the Titans, they could leapfrog them too. It's just all these games are impactful. But I'm just looking at the Colts because they're like an actual legit Super Bowl contender in my eyes.
Yeah, no, I agree. I do think though they can lean on Jonathan Taylor on this game, and it does make for whoever their backup is, it's going to be easier for them to maybe dink and dunk because they're going to be able to run the ball. But we'll see.
I don't know if I'm too worried about the Colts just because Jonathan Taylor, you can, like you said, lean on Jonathan Taylor, and I don't know the Raiders. I don't know if like it's all the controversy that happened earlier in the season, but the Raiders just aren't as good as they were earlier in the season. They kind of fell off. Their defense isn't that good. I mean, you still got to worry about Derek Carr. They're really pass-heavy offense, but I don't know. I'm not too worried about the Colts in this game. I wouldn't be surprised they lose, but I'm definitely going with the Colts on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I know one of my AFC West teams gonna do what they need to do.
Who?
I don't know. One of them. I just know one of them.
Chargers lost to the Texans.
Yeah, I was like,
Tank ain't looking too
bad.
Right.
I was like, bro, what's going on, man?
Denver struggling. Chargers just lost their way out of the playoff. I mean, the wild card this week, and then the Raiders.
But you know what I think's gonna happen? I think Miami's gonna lose. I think Denver's going to win, and I think Baltimore's going to lose. So I feel I feel like by the end of this week, the Chargers are going to be in.
Who does Baltimore play?
They play the Rams.
Oh, okay. And that's so sad, bro.
Yeah. So I think the Chargers are going. I think the Chargers. Well, I mean, it's going to still have another week left, but I think the Chargers by the end of this week are going to be in the 7th spot.
Ravens are supposed to be nice this year, bro.
They
lost everybody.
Yeah, coming into the season, I thought they were going to struggle because they lost. They actually overperformed, in my opinion.
No, I was saying before all the injuries. I thought the Ravens was going to be like
I think
Super Bowl contender.
I think next year they're going to be tough because now they're going to be. I think they're going to be deeper because of this season. You know what I mean? They got a whole bunch of players that got a whole bunch of backup players that got reps, and I think it's gonna work in their favor.
Interesting. All right, man. Any other matchups you see?
I'm interested in that Cleveland Steelers game just because the dumpster fire that is Baker Mayfield's game. He's terrible. I mean, but
Big Ben's terrible too. So
yeah, Big Ben's terrible. So I'm kind of interested in watching that one.
Bro, that game might be terrible, bro.
That'd
be the worst game of the week.
But I think it's gonna be an entertaining type of terrible. Like I feel like
that game might end. It might end 6-3, bro.
6-3.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Whoever hit the 2 first field goals win.
Bro, no way. Nah, they gonna score some touchdowns. They gonna show some touchdowns in there. They're gonna score some touchdowns. It's gonna be a lot of picks.
Imagine no, it's gonna be a lot of fumbles. TJ Watt and Myles Garrett.
What's the over under on picks though? I think it's gonna be 4 picks.
Bye.
More than 3 for sure.
Nah.
More than 3 picks from both teams.
I think it might be a rushing game.
For both, bruh. Baker Mayfield threw 4 picks last week. He's terrible, bruh. You know Ben is gonna throw 1 pick.
I think the reason why he threw 3 picks, they're gonna take the ball out of his hands.
They've been saying they're gonna take the ball out of his hand. He's been injured for like a month. They haven't took the ball out of his hand yet. They don't care.
They're trying to see if he worked that money.
Yeah,
I've seen enough evidence.
I mean,
he worked that money.
We'll see. I think over under. You guys say you don't think so. You think less than 3 picks? Less than 3 picks? I'll take the over on that. I say, nah. I say under 2.5. I say.
I don't see it.
I say under
3. Usually when you expect 2 bum quarterbacks to play and throw interceptions, somehow they don't.
Yeah, I mean, it is Ben Roethlisberger, so he can pull it out the bag maybe and show some flashes, but I don't know. After there's nothing. I don't know. Baker Mayfield, he gonna throw a pick. He gonna throw at least 1.
Yeah, he's gonna. I think both of them.
No. I believe both of them gonna throw 1.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I said under 2.5. I don't see.
Nah, it's gonna be a great. That's gonna be a great.
Because I'm saying they're not gonna get a chance to throw the ball because Myles Garrett and TJ Watt gonna be in the backfield.
That's true. That's true. They probably. Yeah. That's another defensive player of the year candidate though. Myles Garrett been having a crazy year. He's been cooking.
So move on to this NFC playoff picture.
Ooh, see that number 7? See that number 7? What?
You see who was in that 3rd spot though. Who was in that 3rd spot?
3rd what?
The Rams?
Where's your leader? Come on,
you can see
Rams. You don't got squint your eyes. You can see
Rams. Bro. Man, look at that.
Come on, son.
Let's I'm glad you brought the Rams up. I'm glad you brought the Rams up, man. Did I see that game? I mean, I didn't watch it, but I saw the stat line. I was watching y'all boys stink it up last week.
I saw them win.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. If you want to take that, you can take that. But I took something a little different from that game. They won in spite of Matthew Stafford. They didn't win because of him last game. They won in spite of him. He was terrible. Terrible. He was terrible.
21 for 37.
Nah, acknowledge me. He was terrible.
I'm reading his stats. 21 for 37, 197, 1 touchdown, 3 picks.
3 picks. He was terrible. They won that game in spite of Matthew Stafford, and that's what I've been trying to tell y'all. But we can move on to the wild card.
What about the other 10 games that they won?
Listen. If he was playing like them other 10 games, they'd be undefeated. But unfortunately, he stuck it up those 4 times in all of those games. Well, no, 3 of those games, which was in a row.
Well, that's how football works, Eli. Sometimes you don't win.
He gave up the pick 6. He gave up a pick 6 in each one of those games. That's how football works too. When you throw a pick, you gotta be.
It gotta be. You going up against another team. They want to win too.
So when he catches the ball, there's no one in front of him. That's how football works too.
Hey, so y'all 8-7, right? So all them 7 losses, are they Jalen Hurts' fault?
You saw they Jalen Hurts' fault?
Some of them.
Yeah, I mean, the Giants game was Jalen Hurts.
So you blame the quarterback for all right, bro.
No. You know, I've watched every Rams loss, though. You can't say that because I've seen every Rams loss, and every loss that they have was Matthew Stafford's fault. He threw multiple picks in all of those losses.
And he just threw 3 picks, and he threw 3 picks on Sunday, and they won. So sometimes you win. You win some, you lose some. You go out there and play the game. You want to get picks too.
every loss.
Which loss wasn't
the
his
loss
fault?
against the Cardinals wasn't his fault.
Okay, that was a good game. All right, that was a competitive game. All right, the loss against, but the 3 straight losses.
But I don't even want to sit here and compare. But why do we have to sit here and talk about each loss and each win? They're 11-4, and Matthew Stafford is their starting quarterback. That's the end of discussion. Your hate for him.
What do you mean? Because when you go to the playoffs, multiple teams have won 11 games. As you can see on the schedule, multiple teams.
So they're going to the playoffs, and he's been
No.
You want to nitpick all the losses?
Yes. I'm trying to find the common.
All right, bro.
That's what you do with, bro. That's how you predict. That's
what you do when you hate someone.
That's how you predict who can win. Yes, it wasn't. He threw a pick 6 in that game.
He threw 1 pick,
and that was for 6 points in that game.
They still would have lost for 6 points.
Huh?
They still would have lost.
No, he threw the pick 6 early in the game. He threw the pick 6 early in the game. Did you watch that game?
We both watched that game.
Yeah, he threw the pick 6 early in the game. That was a bad throw.
I mean, that wasn't his fault. The Green Bay just outplayed the Rams. It wasn't just
no.
Look at his stats.
It's a whole team. It's a whole team sport. He just sitting here nitpicking his picks.
They were dropping passes that game, but he wasn't throwing the ball that well that game. He was not throwing the ball that well that game.
His QBR was 96.
I mean, I don't know what that means, but he was not throwing the ball that well.
That means he had a pretty good game.
I don't think that necessarily. I mean, QBR don't always reflect what you see on tape.
I mean, the game that he lost, 7-71. So that means he played bad in those games.
He threw multiple picks in those games. He threw 1 pick in this game, but he was not playing well. And then to Swaty's points, how can you say that because I'm nitpick? I didn't nitpick. I said that all of their losses have one thing in common. So that's not nitpicking. That is choosing. So when
he just showed you that they aren't. The man sitting right next to you just showed you that they aren't.
Okay, but no. I'm just saying before he showed me that, you said I was nitpicking, and that's not nitpicking. I said that he was the common denominator. And I said to respond to what he said that their loss. I think that he did lose them that game. I watched the game. He was throwing bad passes. He was throwing the ball to the ground. There was a screen. I remember that game. There was a screen pass he threw directly just to the ground.
I just think it's unfair to blame it all on Matthew Stafford.
Very unfair, because you never come. No. You never come on here and big him up after those 11 wins that he had. I've never heard you say anything about 11 wins, but these 4 losses that aren't all his fault. You sure come on here and say something. Even with the win he won, you talking about he threw 3 picks. They won the game.
I have definitely said no. First of all, your revisionist history, because I have definitely said that I can't. What game did he play recently that he played well against? I think it was the Cardinals. They played the Cardinals and they whipped the Cardinals. I said he was. I gave him credit. So you can't say I never give him credit.
Okay, that's one. He had a month. He had 3 bad weeks, and you was eating it up.
Yeah, and he had a good week. And I said he played well. So you're saying that I'm not being inconsistent. I've been consistent, but I'm just saying in those losses he has played really bad. And the reason why it's important is because when you go to the playoffs, they're not playing any average teams anymore. You're playing really good teams. Okay. So outside of the wild card game that he's going to play, from here on out, he's going to play a team that's just as good as him. And he better not play the way he's been playing, because if he plays like that, they're going to lose. He can't throw 3 picks against the Cowboys and win. He can't throw 3 picks against Green Bay and win. He can't throw 3 picks against the Bucks and win. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, and the reason why I'm saying that is because it stems from my original point that I was making about Matthew Stafford, is that Matthew Stafford throws bad passes in big moments. That's what I was saying about him. That's what I've been saying about him. And then now we get to see. So the reason why I was pointing that out is because I said they won in spite of him this past week. But if he plays like that in the playoffs, they're not going to beat the team. They're going to lose. That's what I'm saying.
So you're saying if your quarterback plays poorly, you're not going to win?
Yes. But Swaty, you're trying to generalize what I'm saying, but I'm saying that this applies
because you're hating on one quarterback. Dak has 11 wins too.
Okay.
If he goes out there and throws 3-4 picks in the playoffs, they're gonna lose.
Earlier, I said that Dak Prescott is inconsistent. I said that earlier. I said that Dak Prescott has been known to string every once in a while. Dak going to throw a dud. I've said that. The difference between an elite quarterback and good quarterbacks is consistency. I have certain the same way how we have confidence in Aaron Rodgers to be consistent most of the time. I don't have the confidence that y'all have in Matthew Stafford to be as consistent. So when I point out his things is because I'm pointing out because I'm saying that I've seen this from him, this guy before, and I'm saying that they should be worried about this. That's why I point out their losses, because the way they lose is the same. The way they lose in my mind, I think they lose for the same reasons, and that's because he does not play to his potential. The reason why the Packers lose isn't they won one game because Aaron Rodgers wasn't playing to his potential. Every other game he played well. Tom Brady has played bad some games, but that happens. But I think he's less consistent than he was in New England. That's why I think it comes down to consistency. I don't trust Matthew Stafford, so that's why when they lose, I'll be like, look, he's playing bad to make my point, of course. What? Like, you're acting surprised I'm going to point out when he plays bad when I told you he was going to play bad. Like, you're shocked. I don't understand why you're shocked.
I'm just shocked out of 15 games. You bigged them up once, talked bad about him 4 times. That's all I'm shocked about.
Bro,
I'm just saying.
So you're saying this whole season, I've only said one good thing about Matthew. I've definitely said that Matthew Stafford.
I don't know.
I say he was playing well.
You might say it in passing, but you make sure your hate is louder than your praise. And you should have 11 praises, only 4.
You don't need it. My praise be louder than my hate. My point is that I don't like what are you saying? What are you? So you're admitting you're a hater. Listen, Matthew Stafford is on a good team. I think he's gonna win more games than he loses. My point is, when they finally lose, it's gonna be because Matthew Stafford folded. That's been my point.
Okay. When they lost when Jared Goff was the quarterback.
Huh?
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what you want from me, bro. I feel like you want me to give. I gave this man his flowers. He cooked, and I said he cooked. So I don't see what the issue is.
I don't remember 11 flowers. I don't remember 11 flowers. That's all I'm saying. I don't remember 11 flowers.
I don't come in here and talk about the Rams every week, but it's
when they lose, you make sure you put that on the docket when they lose.
Bro. Their first loss, I ain't say nothing. Their second loss, I was like, okay. Their third loss in a row, I said 3 games in a row, he threw a pick 6. That's noteworthy. I don't know why you think that's not noteworthy. That 3 games in a row, the quarterback who you think is the savior for this organization threw 3 pick 6s in a row.
Whoever said he was a savior for this organization?
I'm just saying. People love Matthew Stafford.
Me and literally said he's just better than his predecessor. He gives them a ceiling than Jared Goff. You said Jared Goff is the same, and the Lions would still be good. The Lions are trash without Matthew Stafford.
I said that what they gave up for him. I said that what they gave up for him didn't make sense to me. That's what I said. Like what?
Eli, you said they would win. You said they would win 7 games without Matthew Stafford.
Oh yeah, okay. I was wrong about that. Okay, I was wrong about how many games I thought.
More games than they won last year, and more games than the one year before. You were saying that he would somehow be equal to Matthew Stafford in the Lions uniform.
I just said that I don't think that he was worth the compensation that they gave up for him. That was the point, that I didn't think he was worth. I don't think Matthew Stafford is worth 3 first round or however many first round picks they gave up. Right now, teams are going to give up 3 first round picks for Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson. I do not think that he's in the caliber of any of those quarterbacks. So I stand on that. And when he messes up, I just want you to get comfortable with this, because you seem uncomfortable with it. Every time he messes up and loses the game, I'm going to point it out. It's going to happen.
Have you heard the reports of the Deshaun Watson compensation?
Huh? But
so it wasn't just 3 first round picks, right?
Huh? You said what?
Did you hear about the compensation for Deshaun Watson potential trades? It wasn't just 3 first-round picks, right? It was 3 first-round picks in place. So yes, the compensation for Deshaun Watson would be more than a Matthew Stafford. No one here disagrees that Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers, and Russell Wilson are better than Matthew Stafford. But the compensation is equal. That's equal compensation for Matthew Stafford. Deshaun Watson is going for more than what Matthew Stafford is going for, correct?
They gave her a second rounder too, right?
Yeah,
they gave her They gave away 3 first rounder and a second rounder for him too. They gave away a second rounder for him too.
And the Texans were asking for 3 first-round picks and like 2 first-round caliber players, starters.
Okay, that's what the Texans were asking.
That's why he's still there. Oh,
I don't
so
see.
I'm saying that the compensation. Okay. I'm saying the compensation for Matthew Stafford is less than Deshaun Watson.
Oh, I'm not okay.
So yeah,
but I'm saying regardless of what the compensation for Deshaun Watson is, I still think that 3 first-round picks is too much for Matthew Stafford. That's my point.
Okay.
3 years of your first rounder, I think that's too much for Matthew Stafford. That's my point.
They haven't picked the first rounder since Jared Goff. In what, 2015, 16? They do not care about first round picks. We've already talked about this. Second round,
but we've already talked about this, and I've made the same point. So why you keep trying to make a different point?
Because I don't understand what it's. I don't get it.
I don't understand
what is equal compensation? What is compensation for a top 12 quarterback for you?
So it was
not 3 first rounders for a top 12 quarterback.
So it was 2 first rounders.
How hard is it to get a quarterback, Eli?
I mean, there's a lot of ways you can get. There's a lot of different ways you can get a quarterback. I mean, it's
so why does everyone in the NFL have a good quarterback, Eli?
There's a lot of reasons why. Like, so some quarterbacks retire. Some quarterbacks have bad seasons.
So you're saying at one given point, there's not a lot of good quarterbacks, right? If they're retiring and stuff like that, they're getting old. So if you have a chance to give yourself a chance at a top 12 quarterback, wouldn't you do it?
Not for a top 12 quarterback, no.
All right, but let me clear up the trade.
What?
There was 2 first rounders, a 3rd rounder, and Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford.
Right. So
and that's still too much for you.
How many times? Yes, that's too much. I think that's.
You were saying no. You were saying 3 first rounders. Ethan has just clarified it was only 2, and that's still too much for you. When Deshaun Watson is now asking for 3, and quarterbacks like that are asking for 3 and players, that's still too much.
Yeah, I just don't think. I just don't think that. I gotta see how it play out. Look, I don't think that Dave.
No.
What do you mean no? I don't think that they've won.
You can't. You're making the trade before stuff plays out. You can't predict stuff. What do you mean?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing.
In a perfect world,
I'm projecting that I don't think that Matthew Stafford is going to take them where they expected him to go. That's why I'm projecting. That's why I said I don't think it was worth it. So what do you mean? I'm guessing. That's what I'm doing. Like I don't see what I don't see why.
In your guess. You're guessing. But all I'm saying is, does he not increase the ceiling from Jared Goff?
You can argue that, but I don't think that Matthew Stafford is better than Jared Goff. But there's just because he's better than Jared Goff, I don't think that he's so much better. You see, I think if Aaron Rodgers was on the Rams, I don't think they would have lost a game this season. If Aaron Rodgers was on the Rams, I think that's somebody you go all out for. I think he's massively better. I think Tom Brady's massively better. I think those are quarterbacks that if you have a team around them, they're that one piece away from taking you to a Super Bowl team. I don't think that's that for Matthew Stafford. I don't think if you were to put Matthew Stafford on the Bucs last year, I don't think Matthew Stafford is going to Super Bowl because Matthew Stafford is going to fold.
All right, but that's a little unfair because
how?
because there's only like a handful of quarterbacks that's on the same level as Tom.
That's my point. That's just my point. That's what I'm saying.
But that doesn't diminish him.
The Rams thought that Matthew Stafford would be to them what Tom Brady was to the Bucks.
It's the same way how quarterbacks are like paid a lot because they're so valued. That's why you give up 2 first rounders.
I understand that was the way that they can get Matthew Stafford. I get it. I get it that was the only way that they can get Matthew Stafford. I just don't think that Matthew Stafford takes them to the Super Bowl. Like I don't think that compensation. I think that top compensation probably could have went somewhere else because I just don't think that Matthew Stafford takes them to the Super Bowl.
I think what we're saying is that with Jared Goff, you get probably a lesser result with Jared Goff, especially with the teams in the.
I just don't know if I agree with that. I think Jared Goff had a bad season, and Sean McVay, who has been known to do it with other players, by the way, he gets frustrated and he's cut other players. He has a history of doing this. I think he got frustrated with the bad season Jared Goff was having, and he didn't want him anymore.
I think they knew. I think they watched Jared Goff in practice and realized, oh, he's not that guy. Or watched him over a period of time.
Also, who players did he cut?
They say he's cut other offensive players. They say he has a history of doing that. I don't know. He's had a history of doing that though. He's cut other players.
Any offensive players that he's cut.
I just don't understand. I just don't know what other quarterback do you get if you don't want Jared Goff. What else do you do?
I'm not saying that they had other options. I'm not saying they had better options. I don't have a solution for this. I just don't think that Matthew Stafford is that guy. I don't like y'all asking me like what will be the fix. I'm not a GM. But I just don't think.
But isn't
the 2 first round picks and a second round pick? I don't think that Matthew Stafford equates to that. I don't think so. And
at the end of the day,
I think that during this playoffs, I think it's gonna go my way. I think I'm gonna be able to prove it. I think he's gonna have a really bad game in the playoffs. I think they're gonna lose because of Matthew Stafford.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I think the Rams already won the trade because the Lions are terrible. In the Rams, sorry.
Okay, but can I ask you? Hold on. At the end of the day, as a GM, isn't it your job to just give your team the best chance to succeed? Giving up those 2 first rounders, you don't know what those first rounders could have been. You could have missed on both of those. And this is a team who doesn't even trust their first round picks. They trade them out so easily. They gave themselves the best chance, and that was Matt Stafford over Jared Goff. But you keep saying that it's not equal compensation when it is. At a top 12, you cannot argue that Matthew Stafford is a top 12 quarterback in the NFL. You just can't. And that's me being generous. That's off the top of my head.
He's a top 12 quarterback. I never argued that.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Top 4 quarterbacks are elite. You can't compare him to those. So out of the 8, go get you one if you have the chance.
Those quarterbacks are who you gamble for. You already had a quarterback that took you to a Super Bowl. You already had a quarterback that was able to take you to a Super Bowl. And I feel like you gamble for those top quarterbacks. You gamble for those quarterbacks that if I put this guy on my team, I'm going to win a championship with him. I think they kind of just.
I have to push back on that.
I think they gambled their future. And I just think that they're not going to get the return on their gambling that they think they are. I think they've gone to the NFC Championship before. They've gone to the Super Bowl, but they've gone to the playoffs before. They've had 13-3. They've had 13-3 before. They've had great records before. If they're going, we're going to see just how far they get. They have to win a Super Bowl. They've been to a Super Bowl with Jared Goff. They got to win a Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford. So let's see. Let's see how it plays out. According to their ceiling, you said that it gave him a better chance. So in the next few years, they should win a Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford because they upgraded it at the quarterback position, and they still have a lot of the same core pieces. So we'll see how it plays out.
You remember a fellow by the name of Todd Gurley? I believe he's the one who they rode to the Super Bowl. Jared Goff was okay, but he wasn't like no MVP candidate, top 10 quarterback. Okay. Sean McVay made him. He did what he had in Jared Goff, and he upgraded as soon as he could.
I understand.
That's all I'm saying.
I get it. We'll see. I just don't think Matthew Stafford is that guy. And that's the amount he has until he proves to me other words. I don't think he's that guy. I think he can make every throw in the book. I do think he can make every throw in the book, but I think consistency is his problem. I think consistency in big games is his problem. So we'll see. We'll see how far you can go with a quarterback that has consistency problems in big games. We'll see.
Bruh, if Matt Stafford win the Super Bowl,
then I was wrong. I'm not gonna die if I'm wrong. I'm not gonna die. Yeah, like
you might got run. You might got run him to fade, bruh. You've been talking too much trash.
That's okay. That's the fade. I mean,
I had to buy his jersey.
Buy Matthew Stafford jersey.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
What happened if he don't win the Super Bowl this year? Then nothing. Oh, nothing happened. Oh, he wasn't supposed to win the Super Bowl.
Nothing.
So who jersey y'all gotta buy if you lose? Who jersey y'all gotta buy?
Because we ain't over here hating.
Y'all gotta buy Jalen Hurts jersey if he lose.
What that got to do with the Eagles?
I'm just saying. I'm trying to make it sweet for me too. I'm trying to enjoy it too. Like, cause I'm saying, I hate one-sided bets.
Oh yeah.
I hate one-sided bets that I gotta do something if he win, but if he lose, nothing happens. All right, I'm gonna say. I'll gladly buy his jersey, but if he don't make it, y'all gotta do something too.
Cause that's like one thing versus the field type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
How about that?
Bragging rights, bro. Bragging rights.
You saying so y'all not willing to risk it on Matthew Stafford, huh? Okay. Y'all not willing
because that's no, because that's not even fair, bro.
What you mean?
Like one thing happened versus the field. You know what I'm saying? Like if he actually does happen to win, I feel like.
So if he wins, on the chance that he wins the Super Bowl, I have to buy something. But if he doesn't win the Super Bowl, nothing happens for y'all.
I'm just saying we shouldn't have to buy anything else because you're the one who's been talking so much trash about him. If he wins, 1 out of 14 teams win the Super Bowl. 1 out of 14 teams win the Super Bowl. 1 out of 32 teams win the Super Bowl. So it's crazy if he wins the Super Bowl.
What talking about?
I mean, that's one versus the field. That's like me choosing whatever.
Yeah, that's like
you just been hating on him. So I feel like
Nigeria.
so if you that's what I was about to say. But look. If Dame won a championship and y'all was like, bro, if they was in the playoffs, you said, bro, if Dame won the championship, you gotta buy a jersey. I'm like, okay, that's fair because I've been talking so much trash on him. You've been talking nothing but trash on Matthew Stafford. So what are you gonna do if he's right? You've been slandering the man.
Dame is not in the same position as Matthew Stafford. Come on, bro. That's like if Dame got traded.
I know they're not the same.
Golden State Warriors or something. And then I was like, okay.
I know they're not the same. It would be even crazier if Dame won the championship, right? And I would definitely be, oh yeah, I definitely got to buy him a jersey. You know what I'm saying?
It's not that crazy.
Huh?
You saying it's not that crazy?
What if Matthew?
Yeah, you saying him winning is not crazy, right? That's what we're talking about. You saying that's an upgrade. It's not that crazy for him to win. So I'm saying if he don't win, y'all gotta do something too. If he lose, y'all gotta do something. That's not fair.
Go upstairs.
We spend too much time talking about this man, Matthew Stafford.
I'm saying we definitely have our episodic Matthew Stafford,
bro. Cause Swaty keep trying. Swaty love this man. That's Swaty's favorite player in the league, bro. Swaty's favorite quarterback.
It's a pointless argument. Cause
look, Cooper Kupp now has better odds to win the MVP than his bitch ass. It's like no. Look, the Rams aren't getting ready.
Argument's pointless, bro. Because
look, what did it say?
Rams aren't getting the
and they never will. And they never will. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
I mean, they saying that now, whatever, bro. I mean, they were. You could have made that same argument about Tom Brady.
My fault, bro.
Nah, you good, bro. You good, bro.
What happened?
I was just saying that argument is pointless, bro.
Well, I mean, yeah, we'll see how it goes, bro.
Because, like,
because he wins if Matthew Stafford doesn't win the ultimate championship. That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
but you calling him
trash? Went to a Super Bowl.
I'm just saying, you like. There's no other quarterback you can trade that much for. He's better than your current quarterback. Why not go for that? That's what I'm saying.
That's fair. That's fair.
We talking in circles, bro.
That's fair. If y'all want to say the trade was fair, okay. I still stand with the point that Matthew Stafford is not that guy. Can we move on?
But the compensation thing, you thought it was 3 first rounders. Now it's only 2. That changes things, right? At least.
No, I still don't think he's worth it. But if y'all want to say he is, okay, he can be worth it. Whatever. But he's just not that guy. I don't think he's that guy.
Okay. Right before we move on, what?
Yeah, we can move on.
What is he worth to you?
What is he worth to me?
What is he worth to you? What would you trade for Matthew Stafford?
If let's see. If I had you said if I was the Rams, what would I have gotten for him? Yes. I would have traded. I don't know. My GM. I don't know.
So then shut up.
I don't know. Like Jared Goff, straight up. Goff.
All right, bro.
Goff for Stafford and
the Lions going for that.
And
so let's think about.
I give 1 first round pick. I give 1 first rounder.
I'm trying to think of quarterbacks have been traded. So Jimmy Garoppolo was traded. He got a second round. He got a second round pick.
That's why that trade would go through, because quarterbacks don't normally get traded. If your quarterback's good, they don't trade you.
Who else? Saints. No Falcons. No Eagles. No. Donovan didn't get traded, did he? McNabb?
Nah, I think he left. He just left. He signed with the
Redskins.
Man, I wish he didn't. He wasn't even good then.
Trader.
All right, we done with our episodic.
Let's move on. Let's move. I really don't care about Matthew Stafford that much, honestly. Yeah, my Eagles in the playoffs. We gonna. I hope we switch up so the Cowboys become. I hope they win and the Cowboys lose. So
you don't gotta play them.
No, so
tell me you guys got you scared.
No, I want to
play. Lord, please let the Eagles play the Rams.
Yeah, please. Yo, crazy. If we beat because
that's a fair trade.
If we beat the Rams, Swaty, if we beat the Rams, just know I'm gonna talk crazy. I am going to talk.
We watching that. All 3 of us, we watching that game together.
Please, I expect.
I want to see your face. I want to see your face when Matthew Stafford slicing your defense.
He's gonna tear our defense up. Our defense is a bend don't break defense. They let you get as many yards as you want. That's fine. He's gonna tear us up. But if we beat them, just know I'm gonna talk crazy to you. Just know I'm gonna be on this.
Some jerseys might be on the line for that one. I might do that. Because I'm definitely confident they could beat y'all.
That's fair. We'll see.
That's gonna be a good game.
That's not no impressive feat. But if we beat them, if we pull up the upset, that's gonna be crazy.
All right, bro.
That would be fun.
That would be
fun.
All right.
I would never come on this podcast again, boy.
Because I'm about to say, you won't want to. I'm going to talk crazy. I'm telling you, to the next season, I will talk crazy. And Jalen Hurts going to be better than Matthew Stafford in my eyes if you win that game. Y'all can't tell me nothing. Y'all can't tell me.
All right, I don't think that equates, but let's go ahead and move on for this.
Oh, man.
Let's go ahead and switch up to the AFC, man. Like you said, tight race.
It's crazy.
I know it's hard to predict, but like who gets in? Now, after a couple weeks of games have passed, who gets in?
These games so unpredictable. I don't even know. I'm just gonna assume all the teams that are AFC West. I think the Chargers gonna get in.
Who do they play this week?
I think the Chargers are gonna get in over the Dolphins, and then that's what we see is what we get.
Yeah, the Dolphins have a tough game. The Chargers play the Broncos this week, or
yeah, Chargers.
Yeah, the Broncos. I think they're gonna beat the Broncos. And
yeah, they probably do because Broncos are starting Drew Lock.
Yeah, I think the Colts are still gonna beat the Raiders. I think the Ravens are gonna lose. Who the Ravens play again? They played a nice team. Yeah, they play a good team.
Rams, right?
The Rams, yeah, they're gonna lose. They had the Steelers. I mean, then
the Steelers, Browns.
That don't matter. And then, but I think the Chargers are gonna end up getting in. And I think the Dolphins are gonna, even though they had a wonderful run. I think the Dolphins
actually.
I think the Dolphins gonna be.
I think it stays.
Yeah, I think
because I don't think the Chargers win. I don't think the Chargers win this weekend. Actually,
they're gonna beat the Broncos.
They lost to the Broncos before.
The Chargers have no run defense. Like none. Like they're the worst rush defense historically, I think.
Bruh, he cannot lose. He cannot lose to whoever the quarterback of the Mills and then Drew Lock 2 weeks in a row. Cause the way they talk about this kid, bruh, he cannot lose He cannot lose twice in a row.
You know how we say it, it's a division. It's a division game.
It don't matter.
I think the Chargers are going to win just because not only did they get embarrassed by the Texans, they lost to the Broncos earlier in the season. So I think they'll be actually.
Yeah, bro. He cannot lose.
I got the Broncos.
Desperate teams at home, man.
Because they talk about Justin Herbert as if he's close to Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is not losing this game. Come on, man. He got to win this game.
I don't know.
He cannot.
Yeah, I think they're going to win the game because they have to win this game.
Because I'm going to be real skeptical.
They're more desperate than the Broncos.
I'll be real skeptical of Justin Herbert if they lose this game. Because they got offensive weapons galore. Like, bro, you got to win this game. Drew Lock, man, come on. You got to win this game.
I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised. The Broncos got a nice rushing attack.
I mean, they have lost some crazy games this year. That'd be crazy.
So,
all right, I mean, same. So how you feel about Kansas City, bro?
Who, me?
Yeah.
They all right. They cool.
They all right.
They all right.
They cool.
They cool.
Oh man,
bro, they're looking like the Kansas City of old, but the defense is playing well, which is
what happens
crazy.
When they struggle earlier in the season, nobody really be looking at them. They come on at the end of the season. And they go crazy. You saw that Super Bowl run they had 2 years ago. Oh,
it was a ploy. All right. Well, they better not see us. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all better not see them.
Nah. I said it right. They better not see us.
I don't think no team wants to play them.
We do.
Yeah. Man, I don't know, man. After what Josh Allen, you see what Josh Allen did to y'all? I don't think Patrick Mahomes is gonna do something crazy to you.
It was a bad week.
Arrowhead.
That's a tough.
Actually a really good road team. Y'all are really good.
They're pretty good on the road.
I think I'm undefeated on the road, right?
Love the road.
Y'all undefeated on the road.
I don't like Arrowhead.
We love the road. Can't wait to go to Arrowhead. Mike go with him.
Oh no, y'all
catch me in Kansas City. So now we would play the. I hope this stays. We would play the Bengals first round.
Yeah, that's the easiest. No, the Titans would be our easiest matchup
without Derrick Henry. Yeah,
the Titans. Getting the Titans early is a gift because they're suspect.
Nah, give me the Zach Taylor. He gonna overthink it. Mike Vrabel, he's a Patriot. He was a Patriot before. He beat us 2 years ago.
Yeah, but who you trust more on the field though? I trust Joe Burrow more than I trust Ryan Tannehill.
But I think we could rattle Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow nice, but I trust our deep. Well, look, I trust my defense versus all those teams, both of those.
Yeah,
I think we could definitely advance past the wild card weekend.
y'all can't really stop the run. So without Derrick Henry, without Derrick Henry,
and Joe Mixon, nice
Joe
too.
Mixon been cooking this season. That's what I'm saying.
Nice
the man,
1,000-yard rusher.
I think personnel wise, but I think the Bengals. I don't know how the Bengals defense is. I don't know much about the Bengals.
Bro, give me the Bengals, bro.
Man, Buddy threw for 500 yards last week.
Burrow?
Granted,
Burrow, nice, bro.
Granted, he played. It was the injury-riddled Ravens, but he still threw for 500 yards.
Burrow looking nice. Looking like he the best player out that drive instead of Chase Young.
Now, Burrow, 2 first rounders. Next topic. I trade 3 first rounders, 4 first rounders.
I was about to say, he's going to go for more than 2.
Wow, bro.
Your compensation scale messed up.
Nah. I'm kidding.
Well, before we leave, what would you give up for Ryan Tannehill?
Ryan Tannehill. I mean, maybe a second rounder and a wide receiver. If we a deep wide receiver team, maybe my third wide receiver option.
Nah. Next episode we gotta go through his Eli as a GM. I gotta see who you trade for. I gotta see that.
I'm gonna really sit down and think about these picks though. Because I'm not gonna lie. When I thought it was 3 first rounders, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was absurd. But 2 sound a little bit better.
A little bit better.
2 sound a little bit better.
We can go through the quarterbacks. We can go make a list. Go through the quarterbacks, see who.
And what I would trade.
Yeah, I want to do that. Yeah, you.
He
gonna lowball everybody.
That's what. Hey man, one thing about me, I make sure that both teams win on both sides. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty good when it comes to the. You know what I'm saying?
Both teams kind of. The Lions trash, but
both teams.
In the grand scheme of things, that both teams it worked out.
I don't think the Rams lost the trade. I just don't think Matthew Stafford is gonna win them a Super Bowl.
All right. Before we go down this hole again.
Yeah, let's get it.
All right, man. COVID in the NBA, literally almost every team has been affected by COVID. You see everybody on this list, that's everybody that's out due to the Omicron virus. I know you talked about it last episode.
Yeah, for the NFL.
Yeah. What do you think about it running through the NBA?
I mean, it's hilarious because they're signing all these players that recently who retired not too long ago. And they've been it's been fun to watch them play. I saw a little bit of the who's it? It was the Wolves and Celtics game, and Greg Monroe was putting in some work. Greg Monroe, Georgetown, he was putting in some work. I was like, okay.
Joe Johnson had a nice midi on somebody. I forgot what game it was playing, but his first bucket back was nice.
Yeah, I mean, but it's horrible for the league, obviously. it's terrible for the league.
3 players back in the NBA.
Yeah,
it's kind of tough.
Nah,
you get to see all your old heroes.
Can you imagine
Joe Johnson,
Munson ahead, and Joe Johnson is on the court? Oh my God, I'd be so mad.
Like trying to watch Jason Tatum and see Joe Johnson starting.
Greg Monroe getting calling for the ball in the post, and players are passing him the ball. I'd be so mad.
Nah, that's kind of tough, bro. Because you get to see a little change. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to see the same thing every day. Now it's like you go to a game, you don't know who playing.
No,
that's a surprise, bro. I like it.
That is terrible.
And that's vicious.
And that's the thing is like, I feel like for some teams who are like very affected by these changes, like it's very unfair for their win losses. I think this is a very like critical time in the season. You know, I mean, I don't think it's really affected any team all that much, but if it does go on and ends up getting worse, it might mess up some of the seeding. So
yeah,
we'll see how it plays out.
I think once we get past,
I don't think it go that
weather, we get better.
You don't think so? I mean, games add up, man.
Bro.
You said what?
Yeah, but how long is a player gonna be out? 3-4 games max. And once you get it, you can't test it like again really for like what 3 months, I think. Because once you have the virus, you're gonna test positive anyways for like 3 months. I think. I'm not sure, but it's something. So it's like you won't be out for a while again. So everybody got it. They kind of good. Hopefully it doesn't affect them basketball wise.
Right.
From what I've seen, it's almost like having a cold, flu-like symptoms. It's not as bad as the OG, COVID. So
right.
I don't think it's affecting too much.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the standings right now, the standings look pretty standard. It's not like any team is like falling off the board, but you just do kind of wonder how like going into it, because January and February sometimes are the colder months.
Yeah.
And sometimes like I remember this time in January, February last month, it was much colder and COVID was at an all-time high around that time. So you do start to wonder, they've cut down the time if you don't have symptoms from 10 to 5 days. Well, the NFL did. I'm not 100% sure if the NBA did, but you start to wonder if that stuff might have an effect going forward. Because the thing is, a lot of teams have a pretty close, I mean, especially in the East, mostly in the East, a lot of these teams have pretty close records right now.
Right.
It's not as lopsided as we usually see, where it's like when you go to the Eastern, a lot of times when you go to the East, by the time you get to like the 6th seed, those teams have losing records. This year, that's not really the case. So, I mean, a lot of these games will start to add up. So, it's just hopefully we don't see anything like that. But I mean, so far, it's doing well.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
I definitely do agree. Once we get out the colder weather, I assume all these players are gonna come back, and it's gonna be a less heavy COVID season. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Let's go ahead and move on to Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving. Kyrie, KD, the big three is back in Brooklyn. What does this mean for the team itself and the Eastern Conferences? Do you think things are gonna get worse? They're gonna like kind of stretch their hold on the Eastern Conference, or what's going on?
When's Kyrie's first game back?
No, I know he just had a press conference, but I'm not sure when it is. Like when he's going to play. A lot of their games are postponed. Postponed. Yeah.
So if he just had the press conference, I mean, he probably about to be ready to play. Because I mean,
he's back at practice. He's back at practice. So it's going to be soon. I'm sure his next away game in the city where he can play, he'll be playing.
They say he's getting close.
Oh yeah, he can't even play in his own city.
Yeah, he can't play at home.
That's gonna be so weird. You gotta play.
Can't play Nets or Knicks games.
Yeah, they get. Wow, yeah, that's crazy. If they play the Knicks, he can't play at all. They play the Knicks in the playoffs. He can't play at all.
Yeah, I don't think Brooklyn's going to the
Dang.
Finals. I don't think so. I think this.
Kyrie a legend.
He's so tough that the team went back on his word.
Bro, he's the first part-time player in the NBA. He got a part-time job in the NBA, bro.
Do you think Brooklyn was worried that the other team that they were going to get knocked out, so they reached out to Kyrie like, "Oh, hey, we kind of need you, bro."
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I think that's exactly what happened.
Injuries,
James Harden,
injuries.
I think James Harden wasn't cooking as much as they expected James Harden to be cooking, and that kind of worried them.
Yeah, because I remember last year they were saying they should trade Kyrie and keep James Harden and KD.
Right.
So I mean that's what they got, and it just hasn't really worked out.
Yeah, I mean, I personally don't think like Brooklyn wouldn't be my favorite. A lot of people still have them as a favorite and think that they're gonna figure it out when they get back, but I just don't see it. I still think the load that they're putting on KD might be a lot. They do tend to sit him some games. They've been giving him some rest here and there, but I feel like so many of their games is just gonna come down to whether KD had a great game or not. And I mean, more times than not, he does have a great game. So I mean, it's not the worst person to put your game in the hands of. But I think when they get into the playoffs, they'll start playing teams where there's a lot of people you can lean on, and I think that will end up being too much for them. And I think they'll probably. I don't think they're going to the finals this year. This is a weird year for the Nets. James Harden isn't producing point wise as much as you want to. I mean, granted, he did play well against the Lakers, but everybody plays well against the Lakers. Like, who cares? And then, like, but that's I mean, that's it really. I can't see them going to the finals this year.
Yeah, I think it's still early. I don't want to write them off like I did last year. But last year I knew, I'd be knowing, But I think they won
this year than last year. No.
Nah, because this year it's so much. It's so much in the air. You can't call anything. And I just feel like if they could make that one trade, last year they couldn't make that one trade because the team was just rushed together. You know what I'm saying? They made the James Harden trade in the middle of the season, so all the assets were, locked up. But if they could somehow get somebody like Miles Turner, they back in it, bro. They're one big man away from the finals.
They don't have no picks.
Yeah, but they could give up. They got Cam Thomas. They got Joe Harris. They got a couple players that they could give up. Cam Thomas is a nice young guy, and the Pacers are trying to rebuild. So,
right.
I'm just thinking they're just one big man away.
That's true.
Because Claxton ain't it, but if they do get a big man, then everybody should run.
I guess of course I'm saying as constructed, I don't think they can win. But I do think that boy, they better hope they don't play them Cavs, boy. Hey, the Cavs are my new favorite team. We don't got a team. I don't got an NBA team. The Cavs are my new team.
That's not a bad team. That's not a bad team. Darius Garland hooping.
You don't know why. You gotta put some respect on them Cavaliers, bro. The Cavs, and I think the Cavs are so happy now because
did I just see them lose to the Pelicans?
Yeah, they lost to the Pelicans. But so what? Man, teams lose to teams all the time. Who cares? Who cares? It's an 8-game season.
I hate this guy.
Who cares? It's an 82-game season, bro. Like, bro.
Oh man.
But I mean, they're not really my favorite because I don't want to say that on record so people go, "You a Cavs fan?" No, but I'm rooting for the Cavaliers for sure.
They look like a first round exit to me.
I mean, you could have said the same thing about the Hawks out there too. Could have said that about the Hawks. You know what I'm saying? The Hawks surprise people. I think the Cavs might. Nah, I don't see it. I don't see them cooking in the playoffs, but we'll see. We'll see. They don't got any really go-to guys.
Yeah.
Garland.
And Ricky Rubio is out for the season.
He just got
injured yesterday. I think he tore his ACL.
Oh no, never mind. Oh yeah, they done.
Yeah.
He was crucial to their success.
Yeah, he was cooking for them. But I think he was more so. Yeah, I mean, he was
a veteran presence.
Yeah, but he was more so a veteran.
He was crucial.
Nah, but it's
like off the bench, he was playing heavy minutes.
Yeah, it's different when your veteran presence is on the court with
you. Yeah. Well,
now all I got is Kevin Love.
Kevin Love I don't even think he want to be in Cleveland no more, man. He's been done with Cleveland since Bron left.
I mean, he's still putting up some numbers here and there for them though this season. All right, but off the Cavs. Let's do it.
All right, man. The last topic of the episode, man. I know a lot of people. I don't know, but a lot of people have been talking about this. If the Warriors win, Steph is the new player of the generation.
LeBron James.
I don't think so, but a lot of people have been having this conversation. A lot of people have been saying that Curry ties Bron in rings. That he revolutionized the game of basketball in this new era. He's the new player of the generation. What do y'all think?
I don't know if I can say that. I mean, I think he's had an era. This is definitely but even in this era, LeBron went to almost every. Well, LeBron was in every final he was in except one.
It's LeBron James. Let's cut this short.
I went through high school and college, and LeBron was in every final.
Look, I know it's LeBron. I just brought it up because I heard a lot of people, a lot of sports, it's been a topic on Twitter. It's been a topic on sports shows as well. So I just want to bring it up and see what y'all think. I'm glad that y'all are not delusional and prisoners of the moment because LeBron is the player of the generation. It's not even close.
I mean,
LeBron's close with Curry second, but
LeBron has gone to 3 different organizations and they've won. And granted, LeBron has played with players though. You know, he's played with championship players, but I mean, every team needs players to complement. You can't.
Yeah, bro. That argument doesn't make sense, bro.
Yeah,
he's had good players. Yes, I would hope so.
Yeah, you need to. It's impossible to win without good players.
LeBron's had. I mean,
hey, ask somebody go.
Right.
Curry had.
But ask somebody go to their job. Ask somebody go to their job with all bums and work at your job all day, every day. How that's gonna feel?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I like Steph Curry. I think he did revolutionize the game. I do think he's a cheat code. I think it's really hard to guard what he does, and he's gonna be able to do it for a very long time. But he's gonna have to do a lot to even sniff LeBron James in terms of just anything. I mean, yeah, rings is one thing, but I mean, and I was listening to some today, and they were talking about the old LeBron versus Jordan GOAT talk, and I forgot who was talking, but they made a good point. They were basically saying that whatever your GOAT criteria is, that's what you're going to talk about your players on. For some people, rings is what they care about. So that's why they'll always give the nod to Jordan because 6 for 6, he never lost in rings, blah, blah, blah. Rings is what they decide to lean on or whatever. So if you decide to lean on maybe impact and the fact that he changed the game, if that's what you decide to lean on, then, I mean, that's what you're going to go with. But in terms of longevity, success, skill, height, weight, just natural ability, just things that God-given things that you can't. It has to be LeBron. LeBron's 6'8". You don't want to just narrow it down to that, but LeBron is big. He's big and he can play every position. How can you say that Steph Curry, who can't play every position, is better than LeBron James? I don't know. I don't think you can, but I do understand that everybody has their own criteria to the GOAT conversation. I get it. So, I mean, we're definitely going to grow up with a lot of kids who think Steph Curry is the greatest player of all time, which is weird to say.
Especially if he wins a championship, people are going to say that Curry's better than LeBron.
Yeah, they're definitely going to start.
Because I literally saw people, if LeBron's in that GOAT conversation and if Curry wins another chip, then you should put Curry in that GOAT conversation too. I've literally heard people say that.
Even though it don't work like that at all. Does not work like that at all.
Who's y'all GOAT?
LeBron.
I don't even like
really.
Talking about, I don't even like.
Yeah, LeBron's my GOAT.
It's generational, bro. It could be LeBron.
He just saw The Last Dance and he couldn't say it no more. I was like, I can't.
Nah, I didn't. I never said LeBron was GOAT. Yeah, I'm not saying. I never said Brown was GOAT.
Yeah,
it's hard to say.
I do agree that it's generational. I think LeBron is GOAT.
It is. I distinguish it though, because I think greatest means something different than best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I think LeBron is the best player this league has ever seen, hands down. But I think Jordan is the greatest because of what he accomplished. The same thing with like Tom Brady. You know, he's not the most athletically gifted. Peyton was probably smarter than him, but he's the greatest. He's the most accomplished. That's my GOAT criteria. Like what you accomplish. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great way.
Like best player would probably be like, you know, someone like Deion Sanders or like Jerry Rice, Calvin Johnson, you know, because they were the best. You know what I'm saying? Best talent. Or even Aaron Rodgers. Like is you know what I'm saying?
That's a good way to look at it.
That's a great way to look at it.
I mean,
I don't think Steph is either one of those. So
he's
not up there with those two. He's not up there with those two. So he's never.
I think that goes well with your argument of saying Curry's the best point guard. I think Curry, you can make the argument Curry's the best point guard of all time, but Magic's the greatest point guard of all time.
Yeah. See, now you getting it. Yeah. Steph is the OC, and Magic ain't had no left hand.
The way I put the way I put LeBron's kind of conversation is, I just think he played against the highest level of talent. I think that his talent was the teams that he played against in the finals were better than the teams Jordan played against in the finals.
Absolutely.
He played against all-time great teams. Like if you were to rank all-time teams, I think more of LeBron, the teams that LeBron faced, would be in the all-time teams as opposed to the teams Jordan faced. And they'd be ranked much higher than the opponents that Jordan played against. He played against those Spurs teams. He played against the Warriors teams.
73-9 plus KD.
Even that people try to discredit that Mavs team, but that Mavs team was special. I remember they were struggling at the beginning of the season. Then I remember after like All-Star break, they went on like a 20-game win streak or something crazy. It was something crazy. Like they were a really good team.
But he went against the Spurs. He went against the best power forward. Then he had to go against Steph, the best point guard. Then he had to go against Dirk, top 3 power forward. And then he had to go KG in the Eastern Conference, another top 3 power forward. And he had to go against KD, a top 3 small forward.
Yeah,
these are all-time players.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And people love to look at the record, but you got to put that into context. Look at the team that was composed, the team that LeBron was playing against, and look at his team, and look at how much. I mean, granted, the Heat lost. You can argue that his roster was better, even though I think top to bottom, I think the Mavs had a better roster. But you can argue. If somebody said that the Heat roster was better, I would argue with them. But for those from top to bottom, I think those Spurs teams were better. Huh? You said what?
Heat roster was better.
I wouldn't argue with that. But for those Spurs rosters, the Spurs had a better roster. Those Golden State rosters, the Golden State had a better roster against the Cavs, especially when they added KD.
Yeah.
They had a way better roster. So I mean, I just think I think he's faced a harder path, and his dominance has just been undeniable. But you can say the same thing about Jordan, so that's why I understand Jordan.
Even the COVID championship, he had to play in a bubble where they couldn't leave. They're living a life that NBA players don't normally live, and a lot of players were complaining about how hard it was to be in that bubble. So, I mean,
that's when I thought AD was the one. Side note, I'm sorry, but continue. Sorry.
I don't like how people try to put an asterisk on that championship. Like that was the most fair championship for everybody. Neutral floor, no fans. We just hooping.
Basketball,
man. But I think it's one of those things that it's gonna be the older people always gonna try to put, whoever your GOAT is. I mean, I think it's even gonna be us with Steph or whoever comes after Steph. It's gonna be we're gonna find all the reasons why that person LeBron would have, it's gonna be one of those things. People have their GOAT already made up. I don't think you can really convince. Actually, I think I was convinced. I was convinced. I used to think that Michael Jordan was the GOAT. I used to always argue that LeBron wasn't. And then after the Warriors comeback win, I said LeBron was the GOAT because that was crazy. I think in difficulty. I think that was the highest.
He won the 2 hardest championships.
Yeah,
I would argue things. He won the 2 hardest championships.
Yeah, I would argue, definitely for sure.
All right. Well, everybody stop saying that Curry's better than LeBron because he's not.
Yeah. We got on a tangent and we were talking about Jordan, which is a real conversation. We're not talking about Steph Curry because that's not a real conversation. It's LeBron James.
I would just also like to say Curry has never won a Finals MVP.
Facts.
So,
facts. And then
by that you can't. He's not.
People try to discredit that Andre Iguodala Finals MVP, but I mean, if it wasn't for Andre Iguodala, they would have won. They would have lost those finals. I promise you. You look back and watch it. I promise you, they would have lost those games.
It's so funny that he got that.
He was cooking.
The people guarding LeBron.
He actually was playing
but
well.
It's funny because he held LeBron to like 30 or something.
Yeah.
They slowed him down.
That's the funny part. Yeah, he slowed him down, but it's like, here goes this NBA Finals MVP because you held him on only 35.
They did the same thing to Kawhi. They gave him the championship to hold LeBron to 28, 9-9, or something crazy like that.
No, but I do say I remember in that series, every time the Cavs looked like they were making a run, Andre Iguodala would hit a big shot. Like I remember that, like every time, because I was at that time, I forget who I was rooting for. I think I was tired of the Heat. I mean, I was tired of LeBron. So I was rooting for the Warriors. And I remember every time the Cavs were on a run, I'd be like, yes, the Cavs are. Yeah, I'd be like, man, the Cavs about to win, man. And Andre Iguodala would hit like a crazy shot. I'm like, oh, Andre Iguodala keeping us in this one. He deserved that. He deserved that MVP.
Oh, so you've been a hater.
When it comes to LeBron, I'm not gonna lie. When LeBron first went to the Heat, I was hating. But then once KD went to the Warriors, I started hating on the Warriors. And then I had to give it up to LeBron.
Somebody?
Bro,
it's always somebody.
Bro,
he can't breathe without hating on somebody, boy.
No, but you know what? You know how it's full circle now? Is now I understand why KD left. Because Russ. How can you play with him? So now I'm not even mad at KD.
You gotta make LeBron leave. You gotta make LeBron force a trade.
KD had to overcorrect for playing with such bad basketball over the years that he was like, I have to play with the greatest basketball. Like I need to play with the best team basketball because I've been playing with such bad team basketball, and that's why he had to leave. So I get it now. Now ain't no Russ.
I know, but Russ kind of.
Russ deserves it. Russ has put me through hell this season.
Russ kind of deserves it.
Oh my God!
Y'all seen that shot he took yesterday?
Huh?
Y'all seen that shot that hit the top of the backboard yesterday?
Yeah. Oh my gosh! I can't. I don't even.
You know how hard it is to do that.
Yeah. I saw under the House of Highlights, Lethal Shooter was like, it's just 2 steps and that could have been a switch. Like, bro, shut up, bro. Why you not helping him then?
It's harder to hit the top of the backboard than make the shot, bro. You understand that?
The Russ, man, Russ. Yo, that Lakers team is comical. That Lakers team is comical. That's why we wasn't going to talk about the Look, here we are.
Lakers, man.
I think we play tonight, bro.
Oh my God.
Play tonight, right?
I hope not. We need to take a night off.
Yeah, we do. Let me go. All right, man. I gotta go watch them lose.
All right, man. This was another great episode of the Basement Bros podcast. We kind of ended it on a Lakers note, but thank you for listening. We'll be back next week. Watch the Rams games. Like, but don't watch it. Watch out.
Hate on Stafford.
Shout out Matthew Stafford and good conversation. Thank you for listening, y'all.
We are the Basement Bros podcast. We out.